Hello, I think. I've been trying to do this live broadcast for a little while now. I'm not used to doing these broadcasts and I'm still getting to grips with the technology. So, if you can see me, please do put a comment in the comments box and say hello, tell me where you're watching from, give me a thumbs up and say you can hear me and you can see me and everything is working. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Anna and this is Verba Vocal Technique. I am now going to be doing a live feedback session for those of you who entered the giveaway, which I started last month, to give you the opportunity to get some free feedback and any advice to help you with your singing. Okay, some people are with me. Hello, yay, people are watching, wonderful. Some people watching from England, some from Portland, some from Burundi. Oh, I don't know where that is. Sounds exotic. Lovely. From Canada. Hello in Canada. Poland. How wonderful. Good. So it's working. I'm here. So lots of you entered. Lots of you wanted some feedback and so many of you are happy to share with me your videos on YouTube so that I could watch your performance, your singing. And I have to say, I've been absolutely blown away. The talent, the passion, it's fantastic. I've been sat here with a huge smile on my face most of the evening listening to all of your performances. So I had to kind of work out who I was going to give the feedback to. And to be honest, you were all so fantastic that I decided I want to help all of you. So I'm going to feature all of you on this channel via these feedback sessions. I can't do all in one go though, so I'm going to do kind of 5 at a time is probably a good number. So I've chosen the first 5 and I'm going to be playing a little clip of each of those performances now in this session and then giving my feedback at the end of each one. One thing I would say is in your live comments that you're doing now, you're all saying hello, which is great. No nasty comments. So the only comments that will be allowed on this video will be constructive criticism or nice comments. I always go by the saying, if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all. Okay, so people have been brave enough to put themselves out there to send me the videos knowing that I'll upload them in these sessions, and I expect only support from you guys, okay? I'm sure you will be. I'm sure I don't have to say that, but I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. This is a safe environment. Singing is a scary thing to do, and I want you guys to just be nice and supportive of each other. Okay, so the first person, or the first people who have entered is, and forgive me if I say this wrong, Radica and Vasha. So we're going to be having a listen to these girls now. Okay, let me see if I can work out how to do this. Hang on.
Sitting eyes wide open behind these 4 walls, hoping you'd come. It's just a cruel existence, like the snowboard, hoping it up. Baby, I feel crazy up all night, and every day. Give me something, oh, but you say nothing. What is happening to me? I don't wanna live forever, 'cause I know I've been living in vain, and I don't wanna fit wherever. I just wanna keep calling your name until you come back home. I just wanna keep calling your name until you come back home. Just wanna keep calling your name until you come back home. I'm sitting at eyes wide open, I got one thing stuck in my mind. Wondering if I dodged a bullet or just lost the love of my life. Oh, baby, baby, I feel crazy.
All right, thank you, girls. Thank you. I really like the pink background, I have to say. I used to have a setup with a pink background and I think it looks really lovely. So thank you for sending that over. So the first thing I'm going to say about that is posture. Now, posture when you're singing is really important. So many people underestimate how much your body is involved when you're singing. Now, you can sing sat down, of course you can. But if you're going to sing well, and if you're going to sing with a good, healthy support system, engaging your body in your singing, then you need to make sure that you still have posture so that your back is nice and straight and you're still able to engage all of those support muscles down into your lower abdominal muscles. So you should sit up nice and straight, which you are relatively straight, but like one of you had your arms crossed and you had your legs crossed as well. It's really important that you have your feet firmly flat on the ground, so don't cross your legs. This is something to be aware of as well if you're a singer who sings with an instrument, if you sing with a guitar. I know most people, if they're playing guitar that I know, have to cross their legs so they can lift the guitar up. It's not really great for helping you with big voice production. So try, if you've got a guitar, to put one foot up on a stool or something. Yeah. And if you're just sat on a chair, feet flat on the ground and nice straight posture up the back so that the head isn't poking forward and you're not over like this. So that's the first thing I'd say. Secondly, the timing was slightly off. I don't know if that's something to do with how you recorded the song. Maybe you did the voice and the music separately, and then you've just synced it up wrong. But you were, I think, slightly ahead of the music. So that's just something to be aware of. If you did record it all at the same time and it wasn't a syncing issue, then girls, maybe you need to start just getting used to feeling the rhythm of a song. So just really feeling the beat. Like when I'm singing, if I'm unsure on timing, I tend to kind of put the beat in my body. So literally be rocking out to the beat so I can feel it and then I can feel when I'm supposed to sing the melody. Okay, it's just one thing to bear in mind. Now you've got lovely breathy tone. So you get that song's quite hard. I did a how to sing this video not so long ago and this song is quite hard, I must admit. But you've got the breathy tone perfectly, so really well done on that. But just make sure that you're able then to connect and come out of that breathy tone for the bigger sections of the song. And finally, slightly off pitch at times, the both of you. So sometimes it's great and other times it's just off. That's not a problem. When I started singing, I was off pitch all the time. We call it being pitchy. I was pitchy all the time, only by about a semitone. But it's something that you can fix by regular exercise. So regular exercise, really listening and making sure you're hitting the notes clean. All right, good, great, well done. So thank you very much. What I'm going to do, guys, is put a link to all of these performances, these videos, so you can watch them in full and go and subscribe to these people's channels. They're in the description box below, so do feel free to go and check those out. And while we're doing shout outs and whatever, I'd say please give this video a thumbs up. Facebook, we're not on Facebook, YouTube and YouTube's algorithms like it and they take note when videos are performing well, when people are interacting with videos. So you guys will help me out by just hitting that thumb. So please do. Okay, so just seeing what some of you guys are saying. Lily Lowski, yes, you can comment, please do. Alonso says, nice voices, thank you. Robert says, my posture is so bad. The beauty of posture is it's very easy to correct. And one good trick is to try and actually stand up against the wall with your back against the wall. And your head, it's more important to make sure your ears are over your shoulders, because that's the biggest thing. Most people sing like this or like this. So it's getting that upper back in line with your ears so that your head's not poking. Toko says hi, 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 hi. Hi. Oh, it's very early in the morning in India. Sorry about that. It's quite late here too. I'm in the UK and it's about 9:30 in the evening. I haven't had my dinner yet, but I will when I've finished with you guys. Let's have a look. Yeah, Lily Lowski says she was going to suggest that the ladies stand up. I would always practice singing standing up. I know I do the exercise videos sat down, but that's purely so I can sit in the frame with Mark at the piano. So otherwise it's quite hard to frame the video. But when I'm singing, practicing, warming up, anything like that, I always stand up. Sargon's asked, I have braces. Does this affect my singing in any way? No, it shouldn't. The only thing I would say, because I've had braces myself, train track braces on the front, and I know how much it can hurt your gums, and you get sores inside your mouth, and that can mean that you don't use your mouth very much because it hurts. So it might mean you end up singing a little bit tight like this. And also some of the exercises I suggest, one of them is called Tongue Boot Camp, this one, which is great for releasing tension at the back of the tongue, in the tongue root. Obviously you can't really do that when you've got braces. But other than that, it doesn't affect your singing at all. What can I do if I just can't sing powerful in my head voice? Practice. Power in the head voice is going to come from resonance and support. So working more on that kind of nasal resonance, on supporting the sound, doing a lot of the twang exercises. There's lots of exercise videos on this channel that you can use on a daily basis. So feel free to use them as much as you like. Okay, we're going to do another one. So let's change over to another singer here. So this.
Here I sit all alone like an aeroplane on the edge of a sky full of solid gray, staring at the ceiling. Tell me that I'm dreaming. How I wish you were here today. All these days that I know I'll never get back. All the words I always wish you'd have said. All these dreams that we have now fade to black. I can't wash it away. I'm torn to pieces, I'm broken down. I still see your face when you're not around. I sit here in misery, wondering if I'll ever be half the man you wanted me to be.
Lovely, thank you very much. So that was really great, James. Nice black and white as well. Good. Okay, so what am I saying about James? I really like the character in your voice. I think this kind of style of song really suits you. You've got real character. Be very careful of your posture though as well. Obviously you're shooting side on, so we can see very well how much you're poking your head forward. And what I'm hearing more than anything, James, is this slightly constricted sound. And I can see that your shoulders are up like this. And when you take a breath, you're taking a high breath and everything is very tense. So if I was going to ask you to work on anything, I would suggest you try and work on relaxing, pulling these shoulders down. If you're doing this with the mic as well, that's gonna help this happen. So try to relax the hands down, relax the shoulders down, and work on making that breath go down into the stomach. So you want to work on a diaphragm based breath, not a clavicular breath. So a clavicular breath is when you breathe up here. And what that does, you can see how tense I suddenly am for taking a high breath. So we want to keep relaxed. So you breathe by pushing the stomach out, which is pushing the diaphragm down. And you think about that air going all the way down. Of course, you don't breathe into your tummy, but it's that movement of the stomach which is helping to remove all tension from up here. And also then just relaxing the head back into a nice aligned position. And that's going to help to remove that kind of constricted sound from your voice. But otherwise, I really liked it. I'd certainly love to hear more. It's not really my style of music, but I really enjoyed that one. So guys, yeah, if you want to hear that in full, the link to James's channel is down in the description box below, so go and check that out. Good, let's have a look at what people are saying. People have been very kind. People are saying that they love the exercise videos. That's good. Oh, Amaya is saying, if I have swollen tonsils, can you still sing? Oh, that sounds painful. I don't have my tonsils anymore because I used to get tonsillitis all the time, so I had mine removed. I can only now go from my experience of when I've got a sore throat. I would say it's a risk. When I've had things like laryngitis, it's a similar sort of virus. So that kind of thing, if you've got swollen tonsils, it's likely to be tonsillitis, and that virus could potentially be running down to your vocal folds, and your vocal folds may be slightly swollen. So I would suggest you don't sing if you've got tonsillitis. I do have a video on what to do if you're sick, how to deal with your voice if you're sick, and how to sing if you're sick. So check that out for some more advice and that kind of thing. But my gut feeling is, if your tonsils are swollen, don't sing. Just get lots of rest, lots of fluids, steam. What else are we saying? Devinda says, I did your public speaking exercises. Kind of weird, but I think they helped. Yeah, I mean, it's all voice, right? It's all about voice production, whether it's singing or speaking. So yes, it's all quite similar. Toko saying, why can't I sing high notes? I'm a boy. It doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl. Boys obviously don't have as high a range as the girls do because of the size of your larynx and how your voice is set up. But everyone should be able to extend their range, certainly, and there are exercises for that. You just have to exercise. It's like if you want to run faster, you have to do a lot of sprint training. If you want to sing higher, you have to do a lot of range extension exercises. Okay. So Delia is saying something similar. What can I do if I can't sing high, like my voice just disappears? Sometimes when you're singing high up, if the voice disappears, it's because we're blowing too much air. So you have to kind of take less breath. When you sing high, you don't need much breath. People think you need more breath when you sing high, but what's happening is the vocal folds are coming together so fast that not much air is coming out. But if you take a big breath and then you're trying to sing high, all this pressure is going against your vocal folds, and what ends up happening is those tiny little muscles can't resist the air, and the air just blows them open, which gives us that kind of sound at the top. So work on breath control. Try to take less breath when you're singing high, and it's just what I said before, it's a case of exercising that higher range. Okay, I think I'm going to do another play. And just quickly, I've just seen Kozlowski has said, should I not practice when I have a runny nose? A runny nose is fine. If you've just got a cold that's not on your throat or on your chest, then that's fine. I've sang with a cold plenty of times. I've sang when I've been ill plenty of times. It's just if it's here, if your vocal folds are swollen, then you shouldn't sing. A good test is to do a creak kind of sound, a vocal fry sound. So just to do this. If you can't make that sound, it's because your vocal folds are swollen. So if you can't make that sound, or you can try a siren, sing. If that isn't there, and it normally is, then your vocal folds are swollen, don't sing. That's just the best way to think about it. All right, so we're going to move on and we're going to look at Prithvi. I'm sorry if I pronounced your names wrong. Please do forgive me. Prithvi sent me this video and I'm absolutely in awe. So let's have. Well, let me bring you back. Hi. How good was that? I love that. Well done. You have a beautiful voice. It's not the style that I'm used to working with, but it's absolutely beautiful. You have really clear tone. You have really good control when you're moving around. Lovely flexibility of the voice. You're supporting it quite nicely. You're very relaxed in the upper body. Your posture's nice. I don't really have anything. All I've written down, my notes just say, wow. So whatever you're doing, practice-wise, keep going because you sound fantastic. So well done. Lovely. Dabian, hello. You're saying, wow, I think she's got such a lovely singing voice. She really does. What else are we saying? A nice Indian song. Yes, it's lovely. Some people are asking what to do if I don't like how my voice sounds. Interesting. Most of us would admit to disliking our own voice when we hear it recorded. This is because your voice sounds completely different recorded to how you're used to hearing it. When you hear your voice, your vibrations from your vocal folds has not only come out here and into your ear, but it's also going through your insides, your bones and your fatty tissue and your skin. Well, not your skin, but you know what I mean, your soft tissue, and then going to your eardrum from the inside and the outside. So you get a completely different sound. And you hear that all your life, you think this is how I sound. Then you hear it without the internal vibrations coming externally only, and you go, whoa, that doesn't sound anything like me. And just that disconnect, that not being able to relate to that sound as your own voice makes you go, I don't like it. It's not what I'm familiar with. It's not what I'm used to. I don't like it. It's not me. That doesn't mean that your voice is not good. It just means it's not what you're used to. So one thing that's really important, I think, if you're developing as a singer, is that you get used to hearing that external voice. Most people would say, just don't listen to yourself. And actually, most of the time I say, don't listen to yourself when you're singing, as in don't try to sound pretty when you're singing. Just work on singing well. doing the technical exercises properly. But I think it's super important to actually listen to yourself, record yourself, and listen to that voice back. Now, what I do if I'm feeling a bit like down on myself and I'm not having a good day and I don't like listening to what I'm hearing, I then try to pretend it's somebody else. So I'll record myself and pretend I'm listening to somebody else and they've asked me for advice. We can all give other people advice because we're all consumers of music. We all have our own opinion on what sounds good and what doesn't, and what we like and what we don't like. So listen to your own voice, pretend it's somebody else, and think, if I was giving advice to a friend, what would I say they need to do to sound better? And I think that's a really great way to progress as a singer. Okay, I'm going to take a couple more and then I will move on to the next one. Okay, so Dabby is saying, how can I sing a song while playing a character live on stage? It's an interesting question. So I studied at the Royal Academy of Music and I studied for 1 year in musical theatre. And the whole point of that course is to not only develop you as a singer, but to be able to act through song. So musical theatre, and I think all music should be about telling a story. So it's not just about technically sounding good, it's about communicating a story so that you can inform, entertain, and move other people, touch other people, so that they can relate to you and the story that you're telling. So I think one of the important things is, if you're singing on stage in a musical theatre piece, is to, in rehearsals, work on the technicality of the song. What voice type are you going to use? Where are you going to switch? When are you going to belt? How are you going to do that bit where you have to run and breathe enough for the song? Get all that out of the way, and then once that's muscle memory, that's worked in because you've practiced it over and over again, then forget about it. Forget about the technicalities of singing and start really thinking about the character. What you'll find is when you think about a song from an acting point of view, it will change how the song sounds. So if you're singing, there's a song called Your Daddy's Son, and it's a very sad song. And so if you were to just sing it straight, it wouldn't sound sad. But if you were to feel sad, oh, you'd have this kind of sobby sound. And so that would then, because you're feeling sad, you're feeling like you're going to cry when you sing it, that would colour the sound when you're singing. I was going to do an example, but I'm not going to. It's very late here and I haven't warmed up. But yes, I would say get it technically right, then forget about the technical stuff and think about the story, think about the emotion, so that when you're on stage, you're in the character, because that's more important. I don't know if any of you have ever seen the Dame Judi Dench version of Send in the Clowns. Now, Dame Judi Dench admits to not having a big technical toolkit when it comes to singing. She doesn't feel like she's a good singer. She doesn't have a big range with singing. But when she sings that song, it's so moving. It's beautiful. And that's because she's feeling it. She's real. She's really telling a story. You believe her. And so I think it's more important to tell a story than it is to be technically perfect. Okay. All right, I'm going to go and do the next person. Now, this is a very interesting one. This comes from a chap who calls himself Second End. And we're going to listen to him now.
Speaking back to life, to the contrast of opposition, which balance proportion depicts artificial. so close, yet so far apart. The blood so still firmly here on my heart.
So a very different style, and not a style that I'm used to working with. I have had a couple of students who do this kind of rock, scream and growl kind of sound when they're singing. The reason I don't work very much with it is because when you do any kind of constriction, any kind of growling or raspy sound when you're singing, it can be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. And Second End has actually submitted this because he wanted some constructive criticism, and he wanted to know if he was technically doing things well, if he was doing it safely. My initial reaction to what you're doing, Second End, is that it's actually quite skillful. You're very committed to what you're doing. You can't do something like that without being committed. Yes, you're very committed, and it's very skillful how you're moving between voice qualities. When you're back on normal voice, when you're just singing softly, then sometimes it's a little bit pitchy. So I think what I would suggest to you is keep working on your breath support. So when you're doing those growls and everything, you want to make sure that that isn't constricting in the throat. You want to make sure that you're relaxed and that all that raspiness is coming up from up here. You want to make sure that your breath support is really strong. So I would work on the breathing exercises. I have videos that are specifically for breathing exercises. So I would do a lot of work on that. And as much as it's not your style of singing, I would work on just the straight kind of legit exercises. So, you know, the warm-ups that I offer where we're just doing the scales and the arpeggios, I would work on that to be really accurate on your pitching. One thing that's a good thing to do, no matter what style of singing you're into, is to always come back to basics. If you're really strong basic singer, if you can pitch really nicely, do very nice scales, do everything, all the boring stuff, if you can do that really well, then adding colour and adding style and rasp and twang and all that stuff, that's like the cherry on the cake, but underneath it's a really safe, supported sound. Okay, I hope that's helpful. Like I said, it's not really the kind of style that I teach very often. Again, if you feel any pain in the throat when you're singing, then you are doing something wrong. So I'd just be very, very careful with that style. All right. Okay, we've got one more. We've got one more person to hear from, but let's just do a quick look through some of the questions. Okay, so Ednaxala, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, has said, what advice do you have for someone who experiences pain or soreness after singing for a little while, say 20 or 30 minutes? It depends what kind of pain you're talking about. If it's pain here that feels like you've scratched your throat, if you feel like someone's taken their nails and scraped it down the side of the back of your throat, or if every time then you're speaking it hurts, that's bad. That means that you're doing something wrong when you're singing and it's hurting your vocal folds. If it's tiredness here and tiredness here, but there's no sharp pain, then, and you don't have that scratchy feeling, then that's fine. That's kind of, you know, that's tiredness in the supporting muscles. That means you've worked and that your muscles are getting stronger. Just like if you go to the gym, you want to feel sore when you finish, but if you feel pain, you know that you've pulled something or you've done something wrong. It's the same with the voice. So it depends exactly what you mean by soreness and pain. Okay, so just be careful. One good thing is to steam, actually. I'd suggest steaming, especially if you're doing a lot of exercise, singing exercise. Steaming on a regular basis can really help to soothe the throat. Right, so I've got a little treat for you now. This was my my pick of the bunch that I saw tonight. This one really made me smile. So this is a chap called Nick Anderl. I'm so sorry. This is Nick Anderl music. And Nick has covered Sia's Chandelier. I might be a bit biased because I absolutely love this song. It's one of my favourite songs at the moment. And I love it also when a guy covers a girl song. The same as when a girl covers a guy song. It's just quite unusual. So yeah, I think you're going to love this one. Okay. So.
Party girls, don't get hurt, can't feel anything. When will I learn? I push it down, I push it down. I'm the one for a good time call, phone's blowing up, ringing my doorbell. I feel the love, feel the love. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. Throw 'em back till I lose count. I'm gonna swing from the chandelier, chandelier. I'm gonna live like tomorrow doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. I'm gonna fly like a bird through the night. Feel my tears as they dry. I'm gonna swing from the chandelier, the chandelier. But I'm holding on for dear life. Won't look down, won't open my eyes. Keep my glass full until morning light. 'Cause I'm just holding on for tonight. Help me, I'm holding on for dear life. Won't look down, won't open my eyes. Keep my glass full until morning light. 'Cause I'm just holding on for tonight, on for tonight.
Wonderful. I'm just happy with a big smile on my face. I just think that's so lovely. Nick, fantastic. Really, really nice. Nick said he has only just recently started his YouTube channel. And I think that you guys should go and subscribe because he only has 1 subscriber. So I've subscribed. Nick, I'd love to see more stuff from you. I think you've got a lot of potential. It's a lovely, lovely video that you've posted there. So thank you very much. I would say to you to be careful with your vibrato. So you have quite a strong vibrato, which is lovely. And there's nothing wrong with vibrato at all. But if you have a strong vibrato, it's important that you can control it. Some people have really strong vibrato and they don't learn to control it. And then as they get older, it becomes a wider vibrato. And sometimes it can just overpower the style of a song. So in some songs you won't want vibrato at all. So yeah, just when you're practicing your exercises, try and do some stuff straight. So if you're doing la 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 la, then try to do it without the vibrato. La 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 la. It will feel unusual if you're not used to doing it, but it's important that you can keep the pitch, nice clean tone without vibrato. So it's just something to practice. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with vibrato. Vibrato is great. It just needs to be controlled so that you can decide how much to use. Why did I write that note? Oh, really lovely, really nice flipping up into your head voice, into your falsetto as well. That was really nice, so well done. I love it when boys sing a little bit higher. It's exciting. Okay, great. So thank you very much if you were featured today. Thank you very much for putting forward your videos for me to feature. And those of you who put your videos forward but haven't been featured today, I will cover everyone, I promise. So you just have to bear with me. I haven't got a strict schedule of when I'm going to do these sessions. I can't promise to be regular at any particular time. It's just kind of when I find the chance, because you may or may not know I have 2 other YouTube channels. Yes, I'm running 3 YouTube channels and it's a lot of work. So if you just bear with me, one thing you can do is press the subscribe button and the bell next to the subscribe button. The notification bell will tell you anytime I upload a new video and anytime I'm live. So you'll get an email or you'll get a little notification on the app if you're watching on your phone, so that you don't miss these sessions. Besides which, these sessions will then stay on the channel, so you can catch it at any time. But I'll try my best to get as much of the feedback covered in the next couple of weeks. And for those of you asking, how can you enter if you haven't already entered, just bear with me. I will open up another giveaway session maybe in about 3 or 4 weeks, once I've done everything I need to do with this lot. So stay with me, make sure you press that notification bell, give this video a thumbs up, help me out, and there are plenty of links in the description box below now, links to everyone you've seen today, as well as links to my social media. I'm on Instagram now. If you're on Instagram, please come and join me. I'm also on Facebook and Twitter, and I have other YouTube channels, like I've said, so if you want to check those out, then that'd be great. I'd be glad to have you. All right, guys, I'm going to take a few more questions quickly before I leave you. So Meggie has said, I'm 13 years old. Will my voice continue changing? Absolutely. Absolutely. So most people will have a voice that's changing up into their early 20s. For a girl, I'd say you're looking around 26, 27 before your voice really settles. So definitely your voice is going to keep changing. It's a bigger change in boys because their voice drops a little bit more. But all voices change. And yes, you're only 13. You've got a long way to go. What else have we got? Robert, you're waiting for feedback. It will come. I'll try and get to you next time, Robert, I promise. So someone's asked, how is it possible to make... So someone's getting confused. Oh, sorry, it's Joanna. Joanna D is getting confused between singing on mixed voice and belting. Like, you think you're belting, but you're actually singing with mixed voice and with more power. So, the problem with tags and labels. Now, there are lots of different vocal methods, and there are lots of people who say different things about the voice. Whether it's a belt or a chest voice or a head voice or a mixed voice or a nasal twang, or there's all these different labels, and you can have one person singing in one style and a number of different teachers or vocal professionals will say it's a different type of singing. From what I believe, or from the tags and labels I use, I would say that belting is like chest voice. So true belting is chest voice, and that is speech. So it's when the voice resonates here in the chest, and it's how we speak. So then when you take it up and you're speaking on pitch, you're belting, it's like a shout. If you go quite high with that, you're dragging that chest voice up, then it becomes quite squeezed and it becomes very shouty, unpleasantly shouty. So then we do have to start to adjust. We have to take the resonance out of the chest and into the head a little bit more, into like the nasal cavities, or making it more twangy. So then it starts to become a kind of a mix. So how do you know the difference? It will be where you're feeling it. If you're feeling the resonance in your chest, if it's a speechy voice, down here, then that's your belt. And if you're taking that voice up, that's your belt. And then if you're starting to feel the resonance more forward here or up in the head, then that's more of a mix. I hope that's helpful. But try not to get bogged down with labeling voice types. Just explore what your voice can do. Push it to the limits and see what works, see what sounds good, what feels good. Don't worry about labeling everything. So my name on Instagram is Verba Vocal Technique, for those of you asking, but the link is in the description box below, I hope. Yes, it is. Okay, it's very late for some people in other countries. Good night, those of you who are going to bed. I'm going to take one last question and then I'm going to call it a day because I haven't yet had my dinner and it's 10 o'clock at night. So Lynn D'Arc is saying, how important is a strong body for singing? How important is a strong body for singing? That's such an open question because it depends what kind of singing. If you're a professional singer, you're going on stage, you're under a lot of pressure and you're singing lots of big numbers, then you're going to need a certain amount of stamina. And it depends on the style of singing, because if you're doing big belty numbers, then you're going to need strength. One thing I've said in some previous videos is that if you do exercises properly and you're using your diaphragm and your abdominal muscles, you will find that you increase your abdominal strength quite quickly. When I was studying at the academy for a year, I really got toned up. I wasn't doing much exercise other than singing every day, but my tone really improved. I got a six-pack from singing. So a strong body definitely helps. The strength of your body supports your voice. But then again, if you're too strong and too muscly, that can be detrimental as well. So people who do a lot of weightlifting, if they're really kind of hench up here, big muscly shoulders and neck, they would find it quite difficult when they're singing because their voice it gets quite tense up there. So they're not used to releasing those muscles. Yeah. So I hope that answers your question. A good strong body will help your voice, yes. Will help your singing, yes. But it's not necessary to be able to sing. It just depends what you're doing. Robert says, my abdominals are so weak, so it affects my tone? ? Oh my God. It doesn't affect your tone. It just affects how much strength and power you can put behind your singing. Okay. So Pani is saying, six-pack from singing. I'm going to start singing exercises back again starting today. Yeah, seriously. If you want to get fit, I suggest you do like the daily workouts, the daily warm-ups. It worked for me. I was doing the daily warm-ups 5 times a week and I got a six-pack. So, it's worth giving it a go. Okay, guys, you guys have been fantastic. I've really enjoyed doing this session tonight, and I hope that you will stay with me, stay tuned, click that notification, and come and take part in all the other stuff that I do. I'm doing it for you. So if you really like what I'm doing, if you have any burning questions, if you have any videos you really want me to do, just put it in the comments box and I take everything on board. And I do also have a Patreon campaign with lots of great rewards for you guys. I'm even available to you on WhatsApp, depending on your donation. So if you want to be a patron, you want to get involved, the link's all in the description box below. So thank you very much. Take care. I'm going to eat my fajitas now. Okay, bye guys. Happy singing. Take care. Good night.